Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. It's properly posted on Wednesday, August 16th. Is there action to approve the minutes of July 20th and the special meeting August 9th?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Now the consent docket, I understand there's a correction needed? Okay, so there's no corrections needed for 4 through 29? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 30, transfer general fund appropriations for County Commissioners 120 in the amount of $46.66 from salary to benefits.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 31, transfer of appropriations District 2 in the amount of $2,073.44. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item 32, is this where we need to change?
We need to remove the 4 District 2 920.
Is there a motion to approve with that correction?
Wait a minute. Yeah. So what's it going to read now? Transfer of capital improvement 2010 for District 2? Okay, what's it for?
Who's it for?
I believe facilities has a person that takes part funds for shift and as well out of that fund. Yes.
Okay,
So facilities?
so it's facilities which would be in the general fund managed by the commissioner.
No, it's in the Capital Project Fund 2010.
That's why it says improvement right here in front. I think they just have a thing after. It's repetitious.
Yeah, but it doesn't say.
But it's not yours though, it's not District 2.
No, it's not mine.
That's the point I want to make.
It is not District 2.
It's, do what, Commissioner? No, it's not.
We deleted it. We deleted it. But now, just for the record, how should it read? Transfer of capital improvement fund 2010 to what?
That's what I'm saying. It's in the same.
Yeah, it's taking it out of the benefits category. I'm sorry, it's out from benefits to salary. It's taking it from benefits and putting it up
Okay.
into salary. It's in the same county. I think you're right.
All right, how about we say then transfer within the capital improvement fund in the amount of from benefits to salary?
Sounds good.
Yeah, transfer within the capital improvement fund, just so it makes sense.
Well, can I see what makes sense to me?
Of course.
Okay, I'd like for it to read discussion and possible action on resolution BB 404, transfer of general funds and the amount of.
It's not general fund.
It's not general fund.
It's money that's already within the capital improvement fund.
Okay.
So you're transferring it from one use to another.
Okay.
I guess where I'd lost track is, I've forgotten, we break out, even in capital improvement fund, we still break it out into the 5 categories?
We do. There are a few people that are paid out of that fund for TIF work out of the maintenance department.
Okay.
So do we have the language correct?
Then I would move
Within.
I would move that we approve the item with the amendment that reads transfer within the capital improvement fund 2010 in that amount from benefits to salary.
I like that.
That's right.
I like that.
I second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposed? 33, interfund transfer of general fund cash. And this was approved by the Budget Board and the Excise Board, and this is for $410,000 that was transfer included in the annual adopted budget for fiscal year 17-18.
Move the item.
Second. And that's a word we could have used as well, interfund transfer.
No,
For the prior one, you couldn't have done an interfund?
no, it had to be
Same
an
fund?
intra.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, I've moved to, or I second it. I think.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye. I want to go back to 32, no.
You'll never go back.
I'll never go back to 32.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay, Danny, our monthly report.
All right, if you would go ahead and turn to page 3 of the monthly report, we'll take a look at general fund for the month of July. We've got 1 month of the fiscal year under our belt, so we'll take a look at where we're at. Ended the month of July with a cash balance of $7.6 million in general fund. We've collected almost $1.6 million for the month. That's about 1.9% of what we budget for the whole year. Just a note, this is the time of year where the revenue stream is pretty low. We bring in about 1.5 per month over the first several months, but yet we spend approximately 5.8. So you'll notice the beginning cash balance dropped from 14.7 down to 7.6. So it's the time of year that the Treasurer's Office does the temporary transfers, just the cash flow within general fund, and it gets paid back in December when we start collecting property tax.
And we will be coming around after we exhaust whatever funds I can within my own, but we're coming back around as we do to look to borrow cash.
Page 5 is the comparison, July this year to July last year. For the month of July, we've collected $347,000 more in revenue. It's about a 28% increase. And we've spent approximately $441,000 more than we did July of last year, about an 8.4% increase. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Next, we'll take a look at Employee Benefits Fund. That is on page 11. Again, this is a look at July. We ended the month with a cash balance of $2.3 million in employee benefits. The claims for the month of July, the first month, were down compared to July last year. Medical was down about $355,000, and prescription was down about $533,000 for a total of $888,000 less than July last year. Now that's for July. We do have some August numbers, kind of peeking ahead here. We've got 3 weeks into August. We still have another month of August to look at, but this is a week-to-week comparison through August 23rd, comparing the same weeks from last year. Medical's down about $66,000, about 3.2%, and prescription claims are down about $418,000 compared to the same number of weeks last year. So about 26.5% decrease in prescription, overall about a 13% increase. So far, we're on a good pace. Just a reminder, we only budgeted a transfer of $8.4 million into employee benefits this year, and last year we transferred $10.4 million. So, that's a $2 million difference. So our claims would have to be about $2 million less this year compared to last in order for us not to have to move any more money into employee benefits. But obviously we have money in reserve. We've got the supplement coming up next month. We'll have a good number on that once we close out the month of August. Then we can calculate the supplement's going to be. So we'll have that discussion at the budget board next month. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Questions of Danny?
Just love that trend.
Yes, sir.
Great job, boy, really have.
Is there a motion to approve the report?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? John, you want to tell us about?
Sure,
benefits?
good morning. Since we really only have about a month and a half of data in, I'll just briefly touch on this, but it all looks positive. And really what we're seeing at this point in the middle of August is we're seeing the run out from prior fiscal year. We're seeing claims paid that were incurred prior to July. Now we're getting through those claims, going into some claims that were paid in July, and it's looking really positive. I've been in constant communication with our new PPO network, Healthcare Highways, seeing what claims are coming in. It's looking really good. Compared to last fiscal year, we had a lot of big claims. We're incurring a lot of high dollar claims. Those aren't happening July 1st on, so that's really positive. So we see everything trending down, especially in inpatient where it's the most expensive, place to get service. We see those claims going down. But really what I want to focus on, something that we can really see right now, is that second section, the RX costs or prescription costs under the new plan. Because we're paying for prescriptions incurred in this new fiscal year. We've already been paying for those, so we can actually see what the costs are. And we're having the same utilization or more prescriptions during this new fiscal year, but our costs are going down. So last fiscal year, every 2 weeks, we averaged about $284,000 for 2 weeks of claims. Now we're averaging $221,000. So that's a difference of $62,000 every 2 weeks. And that's pretty huge because we're having the same utilization, people are getting the same prescriptions, and some people are getting more prescriptions. So if that trends out the way it's looking, that's about a $1.6 million savings for prescriptions this fiscal year, just alone. And we really haven't seen the impact of the Healthcare Highways PPO network yet because those claims are yet to come in. Some of them are trickling in, but if we look forward to September and October, September last year, if you look at our claims register, had really large dollar claim registers. So that will really be the true sign to see how the new network's doing. But I really expect to see some good savings next month. Everything's going good.
Well, it's a very small sample size on the prescriptions, but gosh, that is good. That is encouraging.
Absolutely.
Are some of these people dying that had the big?
Well,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes they're one-time claims. They go in the hospital and it's a big inpatient claim.
Okay.
They get better. Sometimes they don't. But a lot of our big claimants, they ramp up over the year. They have expensive treatment going on. So right now they're kind of in the initial stages of getting treatment. We see those costs coming in, and by the end of the year they're big claimants. So, a lot of our big claimants last year were one-time big inpatient hospital claims, and some are just kind of occurring it as they go. So July they had $100,000 worth of treatment. So we'll see how it plays out. But so far, when I'm looking at the claims that are coming in through our new PPO network, because they report on this, I don't see any huge claims. So we're doing really well in that aspect. It's looking positive.
Thank you.
You want to remind us of the annual health screening?
Yeah, the health screening is going on now. It's a little bit chaotic right now. A lot of people showed up, but we're trying to get them through. And as a reminder, if people can't come, they're doing makeup appointments at I'm Well, multiple dates, and at other locations across the county. So we're trying to get everybody through as soon as possible, but it's really hard when a lot of people show up. I think next year what we're going to request is a lot more screeners. We've had the same amount of screeners as we did last year, but it seems like we have a bottleneck this year. So what we're going to do is maybe, instead of have 5 screeners there, have 10 screeners there, just to make the process go smoother.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, have we grown over the years that we've done this? Have we grown in participation?
Yes.
Of our employees?
Yes.
Great.
Everybody knows about it now. They're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
They're used to it. There's not too many questions. People just show up and get it done. And really, just as a reminder, it's really important because that gives us a snapshot of what our population health is from year to year and who's improving, what they're improving, what they're not improving. And again, if somebody has really bad results, they're going to connect them with a health coach. They're going to have clinical outreach to them to get them in for treatment. So it's really important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Further questions of John? If not, is there a motion to receive his report?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Mr. Skuda, you want to give us a briefing?
Good morning. I don't have a whole lot for you. We're still in the second month of kind of our big ticket items is inmate medical. We usually don't start seeing some of those claims start coming in until the end of August or September. So as we move forward through the fiscal year, I'll hopefully have more specifically on that item. And the other thing I'm also going to start providing a little bit more impact or update on will be inmate food. With some of the things you guys have put in place, especially with the community sentencing program, those costs should hopefully be a pretty good indicator of how that program's working. 'Cause that's really the only direct variable we can tie back to some of those changes.
Have you noticed a difference in the number of inmates that are having to be dressed out and taken upstairs? I mean, I know as of yesterday, or day before yesterday, I think there had been 65 inmates released before having to be booked.
I do know that I'm going to be extremely optimistic. I'm checking my inmate counts every morning whenever I get that email, and I'm waiting for the day it drops below 2,000.
Yeah. That'd be
So
a big indicator.
I'll do a little song and dance when that happens.
I want to see it.
Well, I didn't say it'd be here. But like I said, September I'll have a little bit more on food and medical.
Have you noticed any disruption in, your operations over there since the, court services people are now over there on the weekend?
I wouldn't be able to speak to that. I haven't talked to the jail administrator on that. That's something I will definitely be sure to have for next month.
All we have is one weekend.
Yeah, and I know, of course, it was solved in that you all were able to provide them, obviously they had to have space. The program itself is a great program. Man, if we can run them through there. I mean, they still go through the same process they go through, it's just that now by having them over there, we don't have to wait till the weekend's over. Don't have to stress them out.
We have access to a judge, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Judges have participated in, approving the releases and, on the weekends, which we haven't ever had since I've been here.
That's an important note.
That is
It was
big.
not a lack of this board's willingness to get that operation over there. It was finding a,
But we'd be the last to ever blame the judges.
No, they've stepped up, they really have.
They have.
Thank you.
further questions of John? If not, is there a motion to receive these reports?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Augie?
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Next week, we have our friend Maureen from Tyler coming out. We're gonna be closing the year, fiscal year 2017, and we'll probably end up having Munis locked out for maybe an afternoon or maybe a day while that happens. So, we'll make sure everybody's aware of that so that there won't be any issues with that. Also, we're gonna discuss with Maureen, there's gonna be version upgrades coming down the pike for Munis, and there's 2 of them out there right now, and we're gonna discuss with her which one would be the best to go with for Oklahoma County. So, we'll have a open discussion with Maureen and all the powers that be, the big users that are using Munis every day to see which way we might go with the version upgrade. The one upgrade has, which I know is something that Oklahoma County really wants, is a single sign-on, but it's not ready yet in the one upgrade, so we might not go that way yet. But they are working on single sign-on. I know how much everybody loves logging in 8 times to get into Munis, so they're working on that, and they're gonna come out with it hopefully soon. Work order and inventory update in District 1. Tex is doing gangbusters out there. He now is tracking fuel through inventory and work orders. He's getting that working, and as of right now, the inventory is 100% balanced using Munis, the consumable inventory. So Tex has been doing a fantastic job with that, and we're gonna eventually get District 2 and District 3 up and running with that too. And as far as reporting goes, at District 1, we created a work order labor report so that, he can track all the labor through all the work orders. And we're testing a year-to-date budget report right now for the previous year dollars for this gap that we have right now, before we close the year end. Also, I wrote a deduction report for John. We had a benefit deduction report that we got up and running for John, and that's about it. So,
Questions of Augie?
No questions. Thank you for recognizing Ted. I'm really proud of him.
yeah, Tex has been doing great.
He's been
a big help.
He's been with our team. He's been that way. He turned the whole inventory system around, cleaned up that warehouse, and now anybody can go in there and get what they want directly without having to plow through hundreds of parts, and that's it. I'm really proud of him.
He's been a huge help as far as getting Munis up and running.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you.
if I may, this is on another subject, but the new county website, is there a time frame?
I know that they're working on it. As far as the time frame goes, I don't know, Rich.
Yeah, I thought that might be somebody else's jurisdiction.
So as council says, we can't discuss this. It's not an agenda item. Sorry. Any other questions of Augie?
It's in the item you find update on total meeting, not MIS.
Can we fix that, Kelly, in the future? the discussion of everything IT related.
Okay, sorry about that.
Grief.
All right. Is there a motion to receive Augie's report?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Cody, our BET report.
While he's coming, I want to thank Augie for stepping in and taking care of business for us.
Here.
Good morning.
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 It's really not much to report. We still do not have any items on the watch list currently. One change as it relates to the link that you guys have. At your last special budget board meeting last week, you guys authorized a transfer of roughly $89,000 to court services. So that came out of general fund. So the actual reserve balance now is $1,975,007. So that's really the only item that I need to update. Happy to answer any questions.
Move and receive the report.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Cody. Board comments? Danny?
Nothing. Thank you.
Rick?
Nothing.
Willa?
Yeah. You know, I'm a little nervous about America right now. I have every reason to be, because there are some folks out there that used to really, really, really be my friend. Well, you know, I'm so not smart, so I don't know left and right. But some folks that really have been my friend, and they've been laughing and talking with me and all of that stuff. And I've noticed that lately there's a distance between some people, not everybody, but there's a distance between some people. And it causes me to be very, very concerned. It has nothing to do with anything on this agenda, but it's it's something I got in my craw. And I have to say that those of you who play like you like folks, you got to work out your smiles and stuff. Because non-verbs are powerful. So thank you very much.
Ray?
No, thank you.
Butch?
No.
Winter?
I'd like to thank the county commissioners for starting the process of washing the windows on the building. I hope it's a sign we're going to do it regularly every 14 years.
Or as needed.
All right, any citizens to be heard? If not, any new business? How about a motion to adjourn?
Come on.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?